Hey, what's up? Here we go again. The Working Class Musicians Car Vlog series. This is video number 5. My goal is to do one every weekday. That's 5 a week. So, if we do any extra than that, hey, that's great. If not, if I don't meet the 5, well, you'll quickly see. Again, this is our journey together, making it happen. So I'll try to hold myself accountable, and you try to hold me accountable. Can we start this over again? Let's be honest. You don't have a clue what you're doing. That's me talking to myself, by the way. So hey guys, what's up? Here we go again. This is the Working Class Musicians Vlog. Day number 5. Keeping the dream alive. Alright, today I want to talk about time management, because I don't have a lot of time. Seems like I'm always running around trying to get things done, trying to catch up. And the more I struggle with time, the less time I seem to have. Does that sound like you? Well, if it does, let's try to come up with some ways that we can better manage our time. Quite frankly, I've been under the weather lately, and I think a lot of it has to do with not getting enough rest. It's go, 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 go. And there's a lot of work shooting these videos, believe it or not. It seems kind of easy, but it's a lot of work. And, but we got goals to reach. You have a goal. If you don't, step 1 is to stop this recording, pause it, and go write down a few goals. Wait, I haven't written my goals down. You have to know where you're going in order to get there. But at the same time, you can't be focused on the destination. So what we have to do is we have to identify a goal, identify a clear and concise goal, and then work backwards to come up with a strategy of getting to that, reaching that goal. So a goal might be to play an exercise or a scale sequence at 180 beats per minute, 8th notes. So you're going to have to track yourself to get there. You're going to have to set the metronome at your highest speed, and you're going to have to work at breaking that and increasing that speed. But you have to write it down, otherwise you won't know where you're at and where you need to go. So you need to take an honest assessment of where you're at right now, and then you need to identify a goal, and if it works for you, write it down and rewrite it over and over and over again until it becomes natural that you just wake up in the morning and you don't have to think about that goal anymore. It's just there in your mind. Now we have to find the time to work on those goals, because a lot can happen during the course of a day, and there's a lot of responsibilities and a lot of commitments and just a lot of things that can happen to throw you off schedule. So we have to find time. Whenever we have time, we don't want to sit here and think, well, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know. That's what happens to me a lot, is I'll finally get like a short amount of time available where I'm not doing anything. I'm like, well, man, I've been running so fast and doing so much that I don't even know what to do now that I have a break. Because I'm not thinking ahead. And a lot of times I'll think ahead too. I'll be like, okay, now I've got to think about what I'm going to talk about in this video before it's time to shoot it. And sometimes I can't think of anything. I get this paralysis, this mental paralysis going on, and you can't really do anything. So you gotta have a plan. You gotta have something written down at least that you can turn to, so that you always know which action steps you should be taking at any point in time to reach your goal. And we have to cram things too. We have to cram practice sessions. Okay, I'm going home right now, and I've got probably about half an hour to 45 minutes of free time that I'm going to go straight downstairs, and I'm going to pick up the guitar, and I'm going to practice specific items that I have written down in the notebook. And at the end of the practice session today, I'm going to write in that notebook exactly what I need to pick up. So I'll write down exactly what I need to work on next time, so I'll know where I left off and where I need to pick up. That way we're not wasting any time. And it's also a good idea to have your practice area set up. But you want to have it set up where you don't have to mess around plugging stuff in, moving stuff around. You want to have everything ready to go. Click a couple buttons and boom, start practicing. Because that time is very valuable and very precious. And I'll have another video out on how to make practice more effective. There's a lot of different strategies we can use when we practice to make that time more effective. But right now I want to talk about your practice space. Your practice space should be somewhere where you're not going to be distracted, where everything's set up for you and ready to go, and you should have a notebook handy to write down your current metronome speeds and your practice outline. You know, for instance, my students use a multi-layered approach where each exercise is usually designed to incorporate at least 3 different aspects of technique, skill, and music theory, all combined into one. But you have to be able to check off those different aspects that you want to develop. You know, let's say if you want to learn blues guitar, okay, you might spend a portion of your practice time just working on 12-bar shuffles and chord progressions. Okay, and then you might spend another section of time going over just turnarounds. And then another section of time might be spent on soloing. And then each one of those aspects will be tied to another. And for instance, when you're soloing, you want to concentrate on, landing on chord tones, or, accenting the minor seventh. Different stuff like that. So when you only have a half hour to 45 minutes, it's important to have everything set up, laid out, ready to go. So you just hit a couple buttons and start practicing, get right at it. Do some quick warm-ups and get right into it, because our time is limited. So that's kind of how I do it. And also, I'm big on intermittent practice. So every chance I get, even if it's only for 5 minutes, if I can steal away downstairs and pick up that guitar and just play a few licks or anything, a quick practice exercise, whatever song I'm working on, if I can just try to pick it up and play that song real quick, whatever I can do in just a few minutes time, just pick up that guitar or sit down at the piano, I'm there. And that just reinforces everything that we learn when you keep revisiting it over and over and over again. Several times throughout the day is better than one long practice session, for me personally and for a lot of my students too. The other thing that we can do too is practice while we're away from the instrument. Visualization is very important. I use visualization all the time. lying in bed trying to fall asleep. Sometimes I'll picture chords in my head, picture progressions, try to find the intervals, try to imagine hearing what those intervals sound like. There's all kinds of stuff you can do once you develop the art of visualization. There's lots of cool stuff you can do, and it really does work. It helps. When you visualize the stuff while you're away from the instrument and then you go to the instrument, it starts to make a whole lot more sense. And I've actually been able to play relatively well with my eyes closed on the guitar because of all the visualization. So now I'm not just stabbing around and staring at the fretboard, you know, trying to see where I'm at. Now I can kind of close my eyes, still find the intervals. So that's effective too. And if you have any tips or suggestions on how to manage time better and reach your goals faster, please comment below and share with the rest of us. There's so much we can learn from each other. I'm learning from you, and I hope that you're learning from me. I'm learning by doing this, and that's really the goal, is never stop learning either. Never stop learning. Learning is fun. Learning is exciting. Got the mail. Keep waiting for that big check, mystery check. Just come out of nowhere. $1 million check laying in my lap. It's coming, I know it. I can feel it. Alright, home sweet home. Okay, got a short limited amount of time, so we're gonna head straight down there. We're gonna get to work. Okay, so here's my little practice area right here. Got the keyboard over here to the left. Guitar's lined up over here. Pedal board's out right here. So when I come down here, everything's just kind of set up. I can go ahead and grab the guitar, flip my wireless on, flip that on, maybe flip my overdrive pedal on because I know I'm going to want it on anyway. Come over here to my little practice amp here, this little Blackstar Fly. Hit the power button, throw the headphones on. I got my practice material all laid out here, working on some cage licks. Check it out, brettpapa.com. It's good stuff. Oh, and I have to share my room, of course, with the kids play area over here. So, real life stuff going on right here. But there you have it. Keep it nice and clean, or as best as you can. And ready to go. So I'm about to get my practice on. If you have any other tips or suggestions about how to practice more effectively or better manage your time, then please share it with us. Otherwise, subscribe, like, comment. Appreciate all the support. I'll talk to you guys later.